Alright, Schlockmeister fans, the very first sex comedy I ever saw. Squeeze Play. Let's check it out. This is a movie about softball.
Let me set it up for you, folks. This is it, the big one. The Rockville Animals versus the Springtown Beavers, with a highly coveted Mattress Workers Softball League Championship.
Now our boys are the Beavers. And they won. This is Jamie. She likes a guy named Fred.
Your tits do talking, sis.
Listen to him, if you don't shut up, I'm going to tell Mom about those magazines I found under your bed.
And there's, speak of the devils, Fred. She doesn't quite know how to approach him yet.
You dropped this morning. I washed it for you. That's not mine.
The girls are sick of the guys playing softball.
So I tell her it's absolutely untrue because of our agreement about how after we're married, no more softball.
But they're not quitting. Now a new girl comes into town and it turns out she can throw. Her name is Mary Lou. And Samantha's going to get an idea. So Samantha quizzes her man about baseball lingo. That's Buddy. She's taken up with him. Apparently her father has sent a private investigator to find her. So they decide to have Mary Lou try out for the boys' team. And she's good. But the men are kind of sexist, piggish assholes.
Yeah, it's not because of the way you were treating her.
Hey, listen, our opponents would probably treat you the same way. Oh, your opponent took a pat her on the ass, huh?
She gets back at them, though, including returning his engagement ring. And then she's going to depants him.
Sam, my pants, Sam. Okay, good joke, Sam.
The girls decide to form a team of their own.
Hell with that. A victory would be a victory. We're not going out there to look good. We're going out there to win. To win.
The training sequence. With their men in the crowd, the girls decide to have a wet t-shirt contest. Now Jamie was wearing a bra, the only girl who was, but Sam manages to get it from her. And she's trying to get Fred's attention with her big boobies. Well, once those tatas are free, Jamie's in control of the crowd. Wins it. The private investigator is eventually able to catch up with Mary Lou and is about to take her back, but Buddy comes to save the day. Now, thanks to her fantastic performance in the wet t-shirt contest, Jamie is able to get her Fred. Can't show you anymore. And it's the day of the big game, boys versus girls.
Jeez, if this is a sample of what's to come, the Beavers are going to hop all over the Beaverettes.
They're taking it easy on each other, because there's a lot of couples. There's a few distractions going on, too.
Looks like there's something wrong with Richard Swinney. The Beavers pitcher seems to have something in his eye. Maybe now we'll see
more
what
distractions.
is known for here in Springtown. But it looks like for every solution, there's another problem. She's lining up. Mean the pitcher.
What favor? I'm throwing Tom's balls. Hold on to you home. Keep your dirty mouth
they score the winning run right here. Yep.
By each side that shall not be soon forgotten. We're running a little late on time.
That's our film. Everybody couples up and leaves.
The Merry Mattress Factory wishing you a pleasant evening and a pleasant tomorrow.
All right, let's talk about Squeeze Play. Way back in March of 1982, I was living in Two Rivers, Wisconsin, and I was a little kid, and we got cable for the first time. That's when cable hit that Two Rivers area. It was March of 82 when we got it. A few months prior, other places in town started to get it too. So anyway, we got all 3 movie channels that existed at that time, at least on our cable, which was HBO, Showtime, and the Movie Channel. And our local cable guide had a movie playing called Squeeze Play on some of those channels. And Squeeze Play happens to be the very first, for lack of a better term, titty movie that I saw. Sex comedy, teen sex comedy, whatever. Actually, these aren't teenagers, but it was the first of that particular genre that I saw. And as a little kid, I thought it was fantastic. You know, there's boobs. You know, boobs are not something that I would regularly see all that often. I had seen a couple boobs here and there on a couple of other cable things, but this was my first exposure really where there wasn't an adult looking over my shoulder and I was watching Squeeze Play, right? But anyway, the movie itself, yeah, it's okay. It's extremely nostalgic for me, obviously. But is it that great of a film? I don't know. It's just, it's kind of fun. It's very easy to watch, and it's just a good way to kill 93 minutes. So anyway, we have a group of guys who love to play softball, but their girls, or in some cases wives, think they play softball too much. They're getting a little jealous of all this. They want them to stop playing, blah, blah, blah. Well, they're not going to stop. So the girls decide, maybe we'll join the team. They find this girl who's a really good pitcher, and then she actually tries out for them, but they kind of sexually harass her, basically lift up her skirt. We can see her butt crack and everything, and she starts crying. I mean, not Me Too movement, this stuff, that's for sure. But anyway, the girls decide, well, let's form our own team, and then we'll challenge the boys. So they do form their own team. They practice, and I guess they get kind of good. Even though they don't really have any games, their first game is against the boys. And that's where the climax of this film takes place. It's a close game, but the boys end up winning in the bottom of the 7th inning, or the bottom of the last inning, I should say, which was the 7th, and they beat them by 1 run, like 7-6 or something like that. Anyway, but during the game, there was a lot of, I guess, over sportsmanship going on. The girls weren't, basically they were treating their counterparts very nicely. You know, I'm not going to give my husband a bad pitch to hit. I'm going to give him a good pitch to hit because, well, he's my husband, that sort of thing. So anyway, and of course there were some distractions. There were some ladies trying to show their breasts and stuff while the guys were batting. So try to distract them to get them to strike out, that sort of thing. It's the Beavers against the Beaverettes. It's just a crude movie. It's got a wet t-shirt contest. It does have plenty of boobs going on in here as well. Some male butts as well, if you're into that. None of these people on the box are actually in the movie, but the back of the box does have some stuff from the movie. So, but anyway, that's pretty much all you need to know about this. It's just a silly sex comedy from 1979, and well, it's nostalgic for me, I'll just say that. So I like it in that regard. So I try to watch this every couple of years or so, just to refresh my memory. So that's it. It's Squeeze Play. I don't believe this has gotten a Blu-ray release. I think it's DVD only. Troma put this thing out. And I'll leave a link down below to Amazon if you want to buy it. So do it. Buy it. Click it. And then let me know what you think about it. Leave some comments. Watch it. Bye.
Squeeze Play.